Hey, Brandon here, and today we're going to take a hard look at ourselves and maybe kind of stare down the box that we're living in. So, we're going to talk about something that's really simple, but it'll force you to ask a question over why you do what you do. And it comes down to page setup in Google Docs. So if you didn't know, there's kind of two ways in which you can basically approach your pages. You can approach it in the traditional way, which is kind of the actual page layout, as if you were going to print a document. And it shows you the margins and page breaks and stuff like that. It's really familiar to us because we've grown up around paper and designing around paper. But increasingly, we don't actually print stuff. We write stuff in Drive, we share it collaboratively, we do online commenting, and actually very rarely do we end up printing a document. So why are we living in this little narrow box defined by a pre-digital world? So if you go to File and you go down to Page Setup, you can select to flip over to Pageless. So it's really simple, and Pageless doesn't do anything remarkable. All it does is it takes away the margins on the side and it expands the amount of text area that you can actually use. So if you're doing stuff with tables, or maybe you're working with images, or you just want to use more real estate of the screen to actually be able to type and create content for digital consumption, yeah, try out Pageless. If I flip it right now, I can actually take the document that I already started on and flip it over to Pageless. You can always switch back. So you just go to Page Setup, flip it back. If you've really gotten accustomed to kind of the big area and using big tables, you may have to do a little bit of adjustment if you go back to a printed world. But you don't lose anything in terms of functionality. In fact, if you look over on the left, the same outline function that you may have gotten accustomed to if you use like titles and headers and kind of that wiki experience, that's still present in the Pageless environment. So if you don't actually intend to print the document, yeah, join the era of Pageless. Try it. You'll have more real estate to play with. All right, hope that helps.